What's up, everybody? I'm Jordan, and this is Jordan's Journey. You have to do you. You have to do you, man. If you keep living your life based off everybody's expectations, you're not even living your own life. You got to do you. And whenever I say that, you do you, whatever pops up in your head, maybe sit there with that thought for a moment and think about it. Think about what I'm saying when I say you got to do you. At the end of the day, if you keep living your life based off what people are expecting of you, oh, your family expects you to do this, your friends are expecting you to do this, the culture, your culture you were raised in are expecting you to do this, just expectations and the way we live, we are conditioned to do what we're expected of. Oh, you're expected to graduate high school, you're expected to go to college, and you're expected to get this degree. If your family is a doctor, oh, you're expected to go into the medical field. But no, it's not always like that. And I mean, if you want to choose to do that, that's you. Everybody lives their own life. But I'm making these videos to what I wish somebody would have told me. I started talking earlier about just being you and doing whatever you feel like you want to do. Like today's society, they try to tell us who to be, what we need to be, and what we should be. But it gets to a certain point to where you know, like, it's okay to do what is expected of you. But when it gets to a point to where deep down inside of you, you know that's not what you want to do. And you know, like, in your core that you want to do something else. But you start feeling guilt and shame, these emotions, because you want to go against what others expect of you. And once you start feeling that brings your vibration to a lower level. When you start feeling guilt, shame, those are low levels of vibration. And that's when your mind can start going all over the place. You start second guessing yourself, self-sabotaging good things. But at the core of it all, when things start feeling that way, you have to do what the inside of you is telling. Nobody knows you more than you. So you have to take some time, sit with yourself, and figure out what that feeling is. What is your inside telling you to do? Is it telling you, oh, you don't want to do this program at school? Maybe you don't even want to go to school, but your family is pressuring you about going to school. And maybe you don't even want to. You may need to sit down and reflect that and see, is there any other thing that yourself is telling you what to do? Because I got this topic, I'm sorry, I'm not writing this. This was not written down or anything. I'm just yapping off the top of the head. So if I get off track and start yapping, please bear with me. But getting back to it, yeah, I had a few friends that I've had conversations with over a few months, over the years, or just over time. I keep realizing these repetitive conversations about them and their family members and how their mom or their dad is expecting them to go to school or get this job, and then they end up doing what their parents expect them to do, but they're not happy. They're getting depressed. They're just not happy. They're vibrating in lower states. Things are not working out for them because they're feeling that they know in their core that they want to do something different. So, and they'll say, yeah, my parents, my mom, my dad wants me to do this, but I don't really want to, but I feel bad because they've supported me all my life and they've helped me out and this and that, so I don't want to disappoint them. Sometimes you got to disappoint people, man. And then I'm going to tell you this right now. It's hard. It's not easy. But sometimes you got to disappoint people, man. At the end of the day, you're going to have to do what your inside, what your body, your mind, your heart, your core, your soul, your spirit is telling you to do. And until you honor yourself, like choosing yourself and choosing to do what you feel you should be doing, that's choosing yourself. And the more and more you start choosing yourself, you might make some bad decisions. You might make a decision and something bad happens. But look, at the end of the day, that was your decision. You made that decision. You're not making a decision, my mom told me to do this and it didn't work out. So when it doesn't work out, now you're like, Mom, my mom told me to do this, and you're feeling emotions about that too. So it can just turn into a compounding effect of doing what others want. But when you make that decision yourself and something happens, you have nothing but lessons to learn from yourself, your thought process, your decision-making process. You can't put blame on nobody. Like, there's nobody to blame. You made a decision for yourself and you learn from it. And when you start shifting your thought process to a growth mindset, and that's a whole nother video, but it all leads to each other, man. Just honoring yourself first, honoring what you feel, doing what you feel. Like, I know I can talk about some of my personal experiences. Growing up, at first I wasn't an athlete, but then I picked up sports, and then I shifted my whole identity to an athlete. Everyone expected me to go to college for basketball. Oh, continue to keep playing basketball. And then I did that. I locked in on this identity. I got attached to the identity of an athlete, and I started doing everything an athlete does. I went tunnel vision, and that's okay sometimes if that's what you want, it's okay to go tunnel vision and lock in and focus if that's what your inside is telling you to do. And I did that, and that really helped me out. I'm appreciative of myself for locking in to basketball because it kept me out of trouble. It kept me on track because I knew if I couldn't stay out of trouble, I couldn't play basketball. If I didn't get grades, I couldn't play basketball. And basketball took me to college, but at a certain point, I started feeling something inside of me saying, hey, man, maybe we should look at some other stuff, man. Like, there's a lot of things out here in this world. Like, been locked in for the past 16 years on this one thing, and I blocked out all my other skills, all my other hobbies, other things I used to do. And then over some time, I sat down and I started feeling those things coming up. Like, it didn't feel right just locking it on one thing. I had other interests coming in, and I kept blocking them out for all these years, but they just started talking so loud. And I started feeling it all, like my head started going all over the place. And I was like, man, I got to honor this feeling. So I did. I quit playing basketball. I had a year of eligibility left. I quit. And I took some time in solitude to sit and think, figure out, did I just get stung by a wasp? I took some time in solitude to figure out, like, what I wanted for myself. I had to honor myself. I had to listen to those things that are coming to me because they weren't coming for no reason. Like, thoughts come through. You can't get attached to thought also, but you have to honor them. I had to learn how to sit with those thoughts and those feelings and listen to myself. That was a part of me honoring myself. And I learned that through videos, watching videos like this, people talking about their experiences. So that's why I kind of want to share some of mine too. Maybe it may help somebody, maybe it may not, but I want to make videos that I wish I would have heard a few years ago. I learned through meditation, a bunch of other things, just through YouTube, like watching this and people talking about how they're sitting and feeling with the feelings within them and actually feeling them. And that's when I really started to realize, that was loud. That's when I really started to realize that a lot of the things I was doing, they weren't because that's what I truly wanted to do. I was doing those because they were what people expected me to do, and I was caring too much about what people thought, what society thought. I realized I was veering off from my truest self. Once you start honoring yourself, you start vibrating at a higher level. You start honoring your thoughts, honoring your feelings. And when you quit doing the things that aren't serving you anymore, which is making your life path based off someone else's expectations, when that's not serving you, you got to take action, because if you don't take action, it's just going to keep leading to more and more trauma, more and more baggage. You're going to keep adding baggage. Like I said, I'm still learning. I'm still on my journey. These videos are going to hold me accountable to my journey, and the techniques and practices that I'm doing, I'll share them here. I'm still trying to figure out what I truly want to do. I'm just now breaking. I'm on a very surface level of getting in tune with myself and my feelings and, honoring my truest self, which I realize is something that a lot of people need to do. In today's day and age, it's easy to get away from yourself with distractions, social media, substances, alcohol, partying, drugs. It's easy to get away from your truest self. And it's going to be hard to honor yourself when you're not taking that time to be with yourself. And I have a topic that I want to talk about that too, about how to get back to yourself, how to sit with your feelings, express them, burn off the trauma, burn off the feelings, burn off the emotions. But I'm going to end this video. I plan on making more videos, just whatever comes to the top of my head, I'll just make a video. I hope y'all stay along for the journey. Peace.